Welcome back, everybody. This is Wings of Wax, and we are playing Slay the Spire. So last time we ended up having a decent run, but we were not getting the strength upgrades we needed, and we ended up taking cards that probably were just gumming up the deck. And we didn't find enough block or weaken or disarms to be able to defeat the heart properly. So we're back at it again, trying to see if we can get this Ironclad run to defeat the heart, so we can move on to the next class. That's inevitably what we're trying to do here. I do like removing 2 cards, but let's go see what our options are. So we have the elite up all the way up here, which we can hit a campfire before we get to that. That's actually a pretty decent one. I like the campfires before this elite too. So if we go this route, we fight many, many enemies to be able to get to this elite. This is Act 1 though, and we're not on Ascension mode, which Ascension mode, if you don't know what that is basically you can make the game harder, so you can even put it in hard mode, which right now we're not in hard mode, we're just in normal mode. So, and typically whenever you're in hard mode, you don't try to go fight the heart. It's just like a death wish for like every run. Because you probably, I don't know, I would say less than 10% of the time you can actually defeat the heart in the hard mode runs. It's just really hard and complicated. And unless you like can make it like, you know, the strict defined plays that are necessary to make sure and can calculate every ounce of damage, that's the only way you're going to be able to get to them in Ascension mode. So I don't think going for this elite is going to be worthwhile, because I think we're going to die if that's the case. But I do like removing cards. Also obtaining a random rare card is tantalizing, but I just don't like random. And I think removing cards is going to be more beneficial to us here, so just get rid of a strike and defend so we can try to like fill up our deck with a couple more better cards. So I'd like to try not to take too much damage. Let's see if we can set up a turn to go for a bash here. And we can. We'll take 2 damage here. That we can try to take him out a little bit quicker. We're not able to actually kill him. So a defend and another bash is probably the most beneficial thing for us, since we haven't hit that like 6th health that we're allowed to lose leeway yet for Burning Blood. He's not attacking this turn, so let's just try to kill him. Iron Wave is probably the best card here. Like Perfected Strike is fine, but we're going to be removing strikes from our deck most likely, and Iron Wave is actually really good because it's basically a strike and defend in one card, so it's always going to be a relevant card. I would like 100 gold because I do not want a curse. Thank you. But now we have the choice. We don't have to go for this elite here. This makes it so we can fight 2 elites. We get still 2 campfires on that side. The only thing we miss out on this side is stores, which we don't really have enough gold to be able to work for that yet. So I think we go for this question mark. And we're just going to deal a bunch of damage. Take these guys out as quickly as possible without taking too many hits. That is the name of the game. We are allowed to take 6 damage, so I will actually hit him for that, so that we can try to set it up. So we just need 2 strikes to kill him next turn, which we did. Awesome. Perfect. Blood for Blood is fine. I feel like we relied on this a little bit too much last time. We didn't have any synergies to be able to lose life, so I'm not going to take this time. I think Twin Strike is just a little bit better, and Clash is good, but the problem is that a lot of the higher up enemies that you end up fighting fill your deck with like statuses and curses that you can't really get rid of, so you can never really actually cast Clash, whereas I think Twin Strike is actually a reasonable card. So let's go forward with another question mark here. I would like 5 max HP, since I don't think we're not hitting a shop anytime soon, from what I remember. Yep. So what do we got? We got you dead. You dead. There we go. We can take 5 in order to deal an extra 6 damage here. This means we need 3 strikes to be able to kill him. Hey. Got there. Burning Pact is fine. I don't think we're really at that point, though, where we want a Burning Pact. Anger is also decent too. I haven't been taking very much of that card, and I do think it's actually reasonable. So I think we're also going to need some extra damage to be able to fight these elites as well. So let's go for the upgraded Bash. Is that right? Or do we go for the upgraded Iron Wave? I think Bash being able to be vulnerable for an additional turn is more worthwhile, plus the 2 damage that we get from it. I really want to set up a Bash. So let's pass because he's going to be asleep again. He sleeps for 2 turns, and the 3rd turn he wakes up. So we can actually go for the turns to be able to try to set up this Bash. Get him. Go get him. I'd like to Iron Wave you to prevent some of the damage, and I think we're just going to be all-out aggressive if we can help it here. There might be some turns where we can actually set it up so we don't have to take damage, but right now, we're just trying to get him dead. Like, next turn might be a turn where we can consider it. But obviously just applying pressure is just the most beneficial thing. He's going to be reducing, so he's not actually attacking this turn. And right here, we can just kill him. So we did take 25 damage. We do get a potion belt, which gives us an additional 2 potion slots. A fire potion is actually very helpful. A flame barrier is also very helpful too. Yeah, flame barrier is probably better than clothesline. Clothesline is reasonable, but I think flame barrier is just better against the majority of these bosses. Unfortunately, it is more of a defensive strategy card right now. Ooh, we get Carnage. Carnage is a pretty heavy hitter. Whetstone is probably just going to upgrade to attacks if it does. And we have Dolly Mirror, which will make an additional copy of a card in our deck. And there's not really anything we want like an additional copy of. If this was upgraded, I can consider that. I don't think we want 2 Bashes, though, because they're just kind of low impact, I feel like. I feel like 1 is fine for a deck. But there are just better options. Like Carnage is just a better card here for us. Akabeko is pretty good too. Akabeko could work well with like Twin Strike, but that means it'd be the first card we cast each turn, and we're kind of like looking to have like Bash be like the first card, honestly. So I'm gonna take Carnage here and a card removal service to get rid of a strike, since we already have plenty of aggressive cards in our deck. And we have 35 gold, which I don't think Feel No Pain is really worth it. We have 0 cards right now that actually operate and benefit it right now. It is a good card for later down the line. So it is consideration to pick up, but it will just be a dead card for a long time. If we can pick one up like later, I'll be a little bit more happy. We get Sundial. Every 3 times you shuffle your draw pile, we get 2 additional energy, which our deck is small enough at the moment to take advantage of that, so I think it's worthwhile. Do we want to fight an enemy here? We do kind of want like 1 more. No, we picked up a Carnage. I think actually then we can go to the question mark here. Well, Carnage does kill that. So yep. Death and apply some more damage. That sounds reasonable. We have what? Bash, and this will deal enough damage to kill you. That's all that matters. We have a Disarm. Okay, I like Disarm. Disarm is actually a really good card, so let's go for the Disarm. I would like to smith a card. Let's upgrade probably the Carnage. 28 damage is a lot of damage right now, so. And I'm really glad we upgraded the Carnage here. I will disarm you, though. And we probably will end up using the Fire Potion against him, but we'll see if we need to or not. Yes. And I don't think it's worth it for us to go for an extra defend here, because he's going to be given a strength bonus over the next 2 to 3 turns. And if we don't have to use this potion, then I'll be happy, but this is going to deal more damage than a Bash right now, so yes. And we can use the Flame Potion to make sure we don't take any more damage. I like that. Perfecto. We have marbles, bag of marbles, which will apply 1 vulnerable to all enemies. I like that a lot. And we get bludgeon. Yeah, sure, why not? Take a big heavy hitter. It's a good finisher. So we get to play match. Twin strike. Man. Offering. Do we want an offering? I don't actually think we do. It is a good card. The only bad thing about this card is losing the 6 health. And we have nothing that actually fully takes advantage of it, too. I think I'm going to pass on that and just take a random card here. Yeah. Like, we don't need it. Like, it feels weird being offered that and then just not taking it. I'm going to go for 1 more combat so that way I can try to actually see if we can get another good card here. This is not looking so good. To be completely honest with you, but you are dead, so... I didn't realize. I forgot we just dealt extra damage to him. Because he is vulnerable. Do we take another Iron Wave here? Iron Wave is always going to be a good card. We don't need any more 2-mana, 3-mana cards at the time because we have plenty at the moment. So Clothesline, sorry buddy, but you're getting the shaft. I think we do take an Iron Wave here over a Shrug It Off. And I would like to upgrade. Let's upgrade. Who are we fighting against? I didn't even look. Slime Boss. He's going to deal a large chunk of damage, which means that Bludgeon is probably the best thing for us to be able to deal a huge chunk. So when we split him, we make sure we split him good. See that, or like Flame Barrier, I guess, would be the other option, but I think Bludgeon is more helpful in the situation against the boss, because he's going to have a turn where we actually want to split him, and we just want to try to kill him as quickly as possible. Like right now, we're just going to Bludgeon him. He's already at almost half health. That is crazy good. So I think we just go for an Anger, actually, or I guess we just go for like a Strike because we don't necessarily need another Anger in our deck at the moment. Actually, yeah, going for another Anger is probably not terrible to have 2 right now. Basically, we're waiting for a better turn to set this up. I think we'll just go for that just in case. Just to get it out of our deck, too. We're not going to need it. So, like, here is a fantastic turn to be able to go for, like, a Carnage. Do I go for this Vulnerable Potion, though? That's the question. I think we do. Okay, so we have 2 20s. It's not a bad split. It's not a bad split. Unfortunately, though, our hand is kind of garbage. We can split him. Do that, or we can just take 1 damage and potentially get a better split in the following turn. I think that's worthwhile. I don't really want to use this Explosive Potion, but I do understand that we could split him and then use an Explosive Potion to be able to split this guy too on the following. I just don't think it's necessary to use the potion since we're going to heal at the end of this combat anyways. So why don't we... Let's just take 1. Since I think we can get a better split on him. And worst case scenario, we can use the potion. Yeah, they're not doing anything this turn. So we can just kill 1. We could split the other 2 is the other option. You know what? Just make you dead, and we have Carnage kill you. So we didn't have to use the potion. Yay, we get to save it. Oh my god, you're doing this to me again? Limit break. Every time I take you, we never get strength bonuses. Like, never, ever, never, ever. We don't have any AoE, so, like, Immolate is not a terrible option, and we don't have any ways to take advantage of Exhaust currently, so I don't think we take Corruption either. I just don't think we can add a dead card to our deck, so I think, like, Immolate is a pretty solid choice. And here we have Coffee Dripper, which means we can no longer rest at rest sites, but we get additional energy at the start of our turns. Which we do want to be able to rest. We have Astrolabe, which is upon pickup, transform 3 cards, which are random transforms, by the way, and then upgrade them. And we have Cursed Key, which I should say I'm probably not going to go for this either because we already have, like, a kind of direction. We just have heavy hitters right now. If we didn't have, like, just solid cards in general in the deck, I would probably end up getting rid of probably 2 strikes and a defend. But I think Curse Key is just best for us to be able to get additional energy, and we just get a curse every time we open up a non-boss chest. So all those chests you see in the middle of the map that have, like, the Sapphire Key in them, we would get a curse, but we should be able to have enough gold to be able to remove those curses, and having the extra energy is much more beneficial, especially with all the 2 and 3 mana cards that we have in our deck currently. So Yep, let's move on to Act 2. I'm actually gonna try to move on because we're only 14 minutes in. So let's see if we can squeeze one more act in. I'm trying to make it so that way these are about 30 to 40 minutes per episode. Since I have been speeding up my play, we do have the champion, which we're going to be fighting against, and he is quite a large pain in the rump because he will remove all of the debuffs. He has a lot of health, and he has a couple of pretty big attacking turns. I do really need to get to this elite, so that's a good thing that there is at least something we can do there. Unfortunately, there's a store actually right after, so we can get rid of whatever the curse key gives us from this chest. So I actually like that. Does it matter? Man, you could actually fight 3 elites if we wanted to. I just don't think we can afford to. We have it here, which means if I decide to go down this route, I could potentially fight 3 elites. I just think we're gonna die to like slavers because the 3 slavers are they're pretty treacherous. They're pretty they deal a lot of damage and kill a lot of runs, or at least get it really close to killing them. So I don't think we necessarily need to do that. So we just need to save 100 golds for that shop if we do hit this shop. Yeah, let's see if we can find some more directions to be able to go in with our decks. Let's try to see if we can just get more combats. I wish this counted as an attack to all these, but it does not. So that way if we deal, because this one we have to attack 3 times and they become they lose flight for like 2 or 3 turns. I think it's best if we just try to take out one of the weaker ones. All right, we have 4 energy now. Yeah, I remembered. Well, now I'll remember. That worked out. Let's see. Immolate is probably the best option here. We can take out the guy that's attacking us. Yes, indeedy. Doesn't really matter. All right. We have Flame Barrier, which he will commit Honorable Sudoku, correct? So we should deal the damage to this one and kill that one. That sounds reasonable. And he will just kill himself. Intimidate's not a bad choice. Hemokinesis is fine. I don't think we need either of these, honestly, though. Neither of these lead us into a direction that we want. I do like Intimidate, though. Problem is I want an upgraded version if I do actually take it. I don't think we take it. I think we just pass here. Alright, so as long as we can take no damage, I'll be very, very happy. That is inevitably what needs to happen here. We dealt quite a bit of damage to him, thankfully. This turn, he's going to heal an extra 30, though. We do have Flame Barrier, and we have Carnage. Yeah, that sounds reasonable. Why not, right? I don't think it's worth it to go for, like, the Disarm because he just has 2 artifacts, and that's like a pipe dream if we're ever going to be able to cast that, so... And get through those negates before he's just dead, so yeah. Ooh, True Grit upgraded. Pretty good. Perfected Strike, fine. Heavy Blade would have been good if we had some strength, but we don't have any strength upgrades right now, so let's see if we can continue down this path to see if we can find some directions to go in. Flame Barrier is really good here. Yes. I think we should Flame Barrier. The next question is, like, do we immolate this turn? And the only reason why I think we do is because he is vulnerable, which will deal a large chunk of damage. And it's either I go for like True Grit and to get rid of the Defend. Which will make it so we don't take any damage here. We would actually be at 21 HP. I think I value our HP a little bit more right now. That's tough to say, though. Is it better to just, like, take the damage? I think I'd rather just try to preserve our life total so that we can upgrade more cards. Okay, this is a pretty good turn for us. We have Bash, and we have Carnage. Okay, I'm very glad we made that choice then. It was tough. And it probably would have been a mistake. That's kind of the reason why I had to sit there and think about it for a second. Do we need another uppercut? Another 2-mana thing to do here? I don't think so. It is a weak. Is it better than just doing like a second flame barrier? I feel like a second flame barrier is actually pretty decent here. Uppercut is good though, but we already have Bludgeon and Carnage as well as Immolate to go with the Bash. So I don't think we need any more aggressive cards like that. I think we just need some more defensive cards. Yeah, we should go down more combat to see if we can try to find a better direction to go in. We do have a Carnage, so yeah, why would we not? Just take out one of these guys. Do I really want to go for a True Grit here? Nah. I don't think it's worth getting rid of Flame Barrier. Flame Barrier actually might be useful later down the line, so we do have Immolate, and Immolate will deal damage to both of these, so that is really good. And we also can just like Iron Wave and defend, so let's Iron Wave this guy and defend, so we only take 2 damage. Might have been better to actually just deal damage to that guy, but we do want to try to take him out if we can. So we can go for an Anger, which will kill you, and be able to defend to not take any damage this turn. I like that. We might take some damage on this turn because we're probably just going to try to kill him, which you drew the Bludgeon, so you know he's just dead. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Inflame, actually, that's a good card here. We would like to take Sword Boomerangs now, from now on, now that we actually have that damage up. We do have a Twin Strike that takes advantage of it so far. That's about it. But I do think Inflame is reasonable, especially an upgrade one there. All right, we're starting to lean down a better direction, which makes me think that Limit Break would have been a good card for us to take, but oh well. Inflame plus Bludgeon here. Yeah. That sounds real good. Oh my god, that's so much damage. It felt so good. All right, Snecko. See how it is, Snecko friend. He's going to be basically almost killing himself here. We just need 5 damage. There we go. Perfect. We don't need any of this. We don't need any of this. Right. It is a consideration to take the clothesline. Like, weak is actually reasonable against a lot of enemies, especially bosses and stuff. I don't think we need it, though. I think we're just going to gum up our deck with too many things to do. Smith, please. I would like to upgrade... Not sure what is the best thing to upgrade here. Flame Barriers are always good. Immolate's always good. I do kind of like the Immolate for being able to take out more of the enemies. I could be wrong over like Flame Barriers, though. We need to save 100 gold. That's the end goal here. We do get an Ornamental Fan. I'm a pretty big fan. But Spot Weakness also good. Demon Form is fine. We do actually have the mana to be able to support a Demon Form, so if we go for like a Strength build, then potentially that would be worthwhile. Spot Weakness also a good card. If we take Demon Form, we can't take any of these relics, which I don't think we necessarily need relics, because I think the cards for Ironclad are just better than a lot of the relics that are offered to us. I think we take Demon Form. Yeah. I think we do. We don't have any X cards. Otherwise, I would consider Chemical X here. We have how many combats? Just wonder if we can actually afford to remove a card from our deck here, which would probably just be like a basic strike. And I don't think that's worthwhile. We can take a Spot Weakness, though. I think we do take that. And then we're like set on strength bonuses for like the remainder of this game. We have 125 gold left, so I think here, instead of smithing, we probably should recall. Like, what would we upgrade here? All these are all reasonable things to upgrade, but I don't necessarily think we need to upgrade. Like, disarm is probably the best for the longevity of this, but maybe not. Maybe the flame barriers are just better than that. I think we just recall, start collecting some of our keys. What do we get? Cursed key gives us, I didn't see what that was. Clumsy. It has ethereal. Okay. So it's just like a dead card once. Okay. Ink bottle is fine, but sapphire key is better than ink bottle, so. They're all attacking, which means flame barrier comes out to play. I do think disarm is actually a reasonable choice here. Saves us 6 damage right now. And do we defend? We can't kill any of them. Actually, yes, we can. Nope, we can't. Okay. 14 damage. I think we just defend. 12. Yeah, we're not going to take too much damage, but they are being dealt 4 damage apiece, which means we can probably set it up to be able to kill them the following turn. We can obviously use this explosive potion too, so I got to keep that in mind, as that is a reasonable thing to do. Unfortunately, they are gaining health every turn. Because you are a super elite. That's why he's flaming, in case you're wondering. Boy, oh boy. Isn't this just a fun turn? I would like to take these guys out if I can. We do have Carnage, which will deal 21. We have Iron Wave and Anger to deal damage to the other one. And then we can just use our potion. It doesn't feel good, but it's honestly probably like our best plays. Oh, we don't have any other options, do we? Is that the best way to do it? Like, yeah, I think it is. I was just wondering if we can get around actually being able to... We could probably just take out one of these and be able to use the Iron Wave to block us against the other one. I could definitely see that being beneficial. And if that's the case... Why don't we take out the guy in the back? And we will... Problem is you're going to heal 5. So even if I deal 7 damage to him, he's going to heal it away. And we're drawing like strikes. We have an immolate eventually. Flame barrier. So we have like nothing that like cleanly kills him. So I think we just go after the boss. Like you're just going to regenerate your health anyways. So and keeping 2 damage on you is not going to be beneficial. We did draw immolate, which does not kill him, unfortunately. Or we could go for the demon form here and just take a little bit of beats in order to set that up. I think that's worthwhile. Spoiler alert. Take 2 damage to set up. Oh, man. Now, unfortunately, we get punished. Because we have 0 attacks here. Let's go for the attack potion. What do we get? Sword Boomerang. We would like to be able to take out the guy that's dealing 13 to us. We are weakened this turn, though. We have Inflame and Spot Weakness. I think we go for the Clothesline here. And it doesn't matter. Which then kills this guy, so we can prevent some more damage dealt to us. And we're not really making like much progression because he just keeps spawning these whenever they die, but hopefully we can draw an immolate here. That would be fantastic. We did not. So, Flame Barrier. And we're just going to try to prevent as much damage as possible from you. That's the best case scenario for us. We are taking our beats. Maybe I should have actually gone to use this Liquid Memories, yeah, to be able to cast the Immolate. We took some extra damage there, if that's the case. That's unfortunate, but they're dead. They're dead. That's all that matters. They're dead now. Which is going to be spending this turn to resummon them, so we have to try to deal as much damage as possible, which doesn't look like we're going to be able to do. Can we kill you if I take back anything like a bludgeon here? This will deal 20, 20... You could be dead next turn. Yeah, we can just wait. I don't have to use a potion here. We already took our damage anyways. Well, death. Run! Retreat! Alright. So we potentially could have killed him without actually, you know, losing any life there, but I missed that, unfortunately. Yeah, these are all reasonable. Why am I looking at that? I'm supposed to be looking at the deck. They're all 1 mana good cards, and like being able to set up like a bludgeon or a demon form to be able to cast even like the power through, I think is actually worthwhile. Kind of like that. Kind of like that. We can remove that curse. The thing is, like, the curse really isn't that bad. It's ethereal, so at the end of our turn, if it doesn't get cast, it just gets exhausted, so it's just a dead draw once. I don't actually think we need to remove that, to be honest with you. I think it's just better for us to, like, upgrade a card. If we do upgrade a card, what would it be? Probably just, like, Flame Barrier. I think that's the most reasonable thing to upgrade here. It's probably next on the list to upgrade, so yeah, I think we do that. I'm just like trying to think if like we'd rather actually just go to the shop. 150 gold. What would that buy us? Potentially, it could buy us a rare card, which could be like Limit Break. So that's the reason why I'm like thinking, and we're gonna still be able to hit a fire even if we come here. So no Limit Break. So I don't know if you noticed, but there's no Limit Break here. So Metallicize is always a good card. We could also remove a card from our deck, and if we do, I guess we should probably just go for the Clumsy, since that is the weakest card. Like, this is probably like one of like the best curses we could get, though. Just because it has ethereal. If we go for the Metallicize, though, we can't actually go for a card removal service here. We do have enough strength bonuses to make Heavy Blade worthwhile, though. So we could go for like Heavy Blade Metallicize here. Interesting, interesting, interesting. Yeah, we finally have enough ways to be able to actually make Heavy Blade worthwhile. Haha. Yeah, I think we go for it. And I think I'm gonna go for the Metallicize too. Like, it's always a good card in like just about any deck. We get another shop. Oh my god! I'm kicking myself so hard. No, 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 no. You suck. Well, I take our heavy headbutt and just carry on. Oh no. Doesn't that just feel great? Like inside, I don't know about you. That felt like a wonderful. All right, I think we upgrade either Metallicize or Jesus. That was like the worst. I was thinking that too, and I just didn't say it. And then I was like, well, this is our shop, right? Forgetting that it was a question mark. Damn it. Oh well. Well, we can take Metallicize here. I think that's, or upgrade Metallicize here. I think that's worthwhile because it's just going to get even better for us over the longevity of each of these matches. Yeah, demon form. Let's go. I'd like to try to take out this guy in the front first if we can help it, so that would be ideal. Can we do that? 30 damage. Yes, we technically can. So let's spot weakness and carnage you. And from there, let's try not to take too much damage. Let's go and get rid of a strike here. Actually, we're never going to be able to cast Disarm against this guy, so let's get rid of Disarm. Okay. We have Inflame. So Flame on. We are going to take some beats here. This is super unfortunate. We don't have enough to be able to kill you. Is that better than going for an Immolate this turn? I think so, because he's not defending this turn, so we potentially could just draw like Bludgeon next turn to be able to kill him. Bash, unfortunately, does not do it. Heavy Blade could potentially do it. We don't have any like strikes to go with it, though. I think we have to go for the Immolate here. That way, if we do draw like either Heavy Blade or Bludgeon, we can just kill him. Which put him to 20 damage. This is going to deal... How much do we have? 3... We have 10 strength right now. Actually, no, it is more worthwhile for us to go for this headbutt and just put a Carnage back on top. Yes, indeed. That way, if we draw 2 damage sources, we did not, unfortunately, but you are still dead. Thank goodness. Okay. Do we take another Inflame? I think if we take this Inflame, it's probably like the last of the strength bonuses that we really need for this deck. And we don't need Cleave because we already have Immolate. It's not necessary to pick up a second AoE, but you know, having a second AoE is not terrible. We already have 3 ways to be able to buff our strength. I'm just trying to think it out. So sad that we couldn't get that limit break, because that limit break would have broken this deck in half, and I am just an idiot for not thinking about where we were at. Who are we fighting against? We're fighting against the champion, right? I do think we need to rest then. Although we probably could have gotten through with all these potions now that I think about it, but too late. Let's go for a colorless potion. What do we get? Secret Technique or Flash O Steel? What are the skills in our deck that we're looking to get? Let's put these by type. Well, we can't spot weakness this turn. We can't flame barrier this turn. Disarm is fine. What are we looking to do this turn? Be able to cast Inflame and Carnage, which leaves us with 1 extra mana anyways. I could see this. Or we could potentially draw a card. I think we go for the Secret Technique. Let's go for... Actually, I just realized he's attacking this turn. I am an idiot. Let's take our beats then. We'll take our beats this turn so we can just try to get as much strength bonus as possible. We do Metallicize here. I think that's worthwhile. Bash is probably strictly better. We could take some damage. We're playing it really close to the chest, though, if we end up doing that. I think it's better for us to try to preserve some of our life total, especially if Metallicize keeps giving us benefits over the course of this game. Bash or Heavy Blade? I think Bash is going to deal more damage right now. Did my mouse just die? Technical issues here. Hold on. I don't have a backup here. Uh-oh. How come it didn't tell me? All right, give me just 1 second here. Alrighty, mouse is back. We are ready to roll. Let's see what we got. D taking 12 damage this turn, so the best thing we can do is probably just deal the most amount of damage, which would be Immolate. What have we already cast? Let's see. Trying to see if it's worth it to be able to go for this Liquid Memories, which he's not vulnerable, so like dealing extra damage this turn is not really that reasonable. Being able to like maybe spot weakness to deal some extra damage over the course of the match here. The only thing that really takes advantage of it, though, is the Twin Strike. I think we just immolate and pass here, so yeah. Probably would have been better to actually go for the bash now I think about it, because that would have been 3 turns of vulnerability, so that we actually would have taken more damage. Let's go for the disarm here. Let's go for the bludgeon, and we pass the turn. All right, where are we at? Well, he's not attacking this turn, so that is a problem. And we don't really have much to do. Thankfully, this gets Ethereal out of our hand, so that's at least good. That was the last turn that we were frail and vulnerable, except now we are both weakened and vulnerable again. And of course, we draw, like, nothing that's going to be helpful this turn. I think we actually go for the Demon Form here, though, and then use this potion to be able to get back... Flame Barrier is probably the best option. Like, we could go for the Power Through, which does put 2 more weeks into our deck right away, but I think Flame Barrier being able to deal some extra damage here is more beneficial to us. Will he be attacking next turn? I don't know, but we should probably Headbutt, I would imagine. Twin Strike does deal more damage, though, than Headbutt here. Well, 100% we know we're going to go for the Anger, and is there anything we actually like want back on top of our deck? I just don't know if he's going to be attacking on the following turn. I think he is, because he's only dealing 18 here. So I think it is worthwhile to put the Flame Barrier back on top. I believe he is. I'm not 100% sure. Yeah, he is. Thank God. So I don't look like a complete fool. We would be taking some damage, but we're dealing him 8 if we go for these. Otherwise, we can go for Power Through here. Power Through, Iron Wave, and Immolate, which would prevent all but like... it's about the same blocking, but Immolate does deal a lot more damage, so it's a consideration. Plus, we also get Iron Wave, deals some extra damage too. I think that's worthwhile. Oh, we get 2 additional mana because of the Sundial. Correct. Correct. So we're taking 0 damage there. Yeah, I guess we start trying to get some of these defends out of our deck because they're clearly clogging up. Let's see. He's buffing this turn, so I think he's attacking. Man, that's tough. I'm not really sure what he's going to be doing here. I don't really know his movements or his actions to a T yet, so I think we just go for a Flame Barrier though. Like, he is. That's a lot of damage coming in. Yeah. We're just gonna take our beats, it looks like. We're not dead. We're not dead. And we can set it up so he can be dead on the following. So better just go for the Heavy Blade. Actually, no, he's just dead this turn because he's vulnerable. Correct. Alright, we got him. Awesome. Let's do it. So we have Bludgeon and Reaper and Corruption. Let's see. We're going into Act 3. We don't have a double tap. I wish we did, because double tap with Reaper would be fantastic. Even Bludgeon, too. I mean, like, we already have a Bludgeon, correct? No. Well, yes, we do. Yes, we do. Corruption's fine, but I think Reaper is going to be more beneficial to us just because we actually have ways to be able to scale strength, and being able to regenerate some of that health back I think is worthwhile. And I'm also pretty sure we don't just have like any AoEs. Yeah, we only had Immolate, so yeah, that seems reasonable enough. What do we get? Snecko IA. We have a lot of high casting cost cards. Unfortunately, Anger is never going to be 0 mana, but we could actually try to get rid of that. I'm not opposed to Snecko Eye here. It's either I can't smith at rest sites, which is probably what's going to be happening anyways. We already have an extra mana from the Regal Pillow, so we can cast an extra card, or we have an extra energy at every turn. So we are able to cast multiple cards in a turn. Snecko Eye is reasonable, though. Being able to draw the 2 additional cards is basically what makes Snecko Eye really good. And if we can just keep taking like high casting cost cards from now on, if that's the case, I think it's worthwhile. The other options were to gain 12, which replaces our gain 12 health, which replaces the Burning Blood, and yeah, the other one was to get us an extra energy to be able to no longer smith. So let's see if we can get to the Awakened one. Okay, so is there any ways we can do this without actually fighting any elites? Yes, we can. There is a shop, but unfortunately it's between 2 elites, so we're not going to be able to get to that because I don't really want to fight elites. I'm probably going to go up this way. This is the other direction we could go in because there's no shop, though, that way. That's the only problem, and I do kind of want to hit a shop, which we could hit this one if that's the case. I kind of like this path, being able to go up this way. All right. Oh, my goodness. I think it's my birthday. We got Demon Form to be able to start off with. Obviously, we're going to go for all the 0 mana cards. Just a matter of, like, which way do we go about this? We clearly want to Iron Wave, the 2 mana Iron Wave at least. Definitely not the Anger. I think we just, like, start whittling them down. This one has the most amount of health, and then we can whittle this one down. Okay. So we're taking a little bit of damage here, but I think in the long run this should be fine, especially if we have a Reaper in our deck. If we can take advantage of the strength bonus we're going to be getting from the Demon Form. We do have a 0 mana Inflame, so let's start with that. We do have Power Through this turn as well, so Bludgeon can kill this. Is that worth it? I think it is. Okay. From there, where do we go? Heavy Blade to be able to take out... We could try to take out this one, too. Okay. And I don't really want to put 2 wounds into our... This is going to our hand, though, so it'll go into a discard pile, which I think we'll be able to kill this guy next turn, so I think it's actually worthwhile here. And just in case, we'll just get that out. We'll get Disarm out of here. It's not very good in this matchup, so... And we did get the Reaper, so... We have Reaper and Immolate, which is lethal. It's actually not lethal, but we have lethal with the Headbutt, so that's fine. And we're able to generate all of our health back. Do we want to take Shrug It Off? I don't think any of these cards are really worthwhile, honestly. Any of the 0 mana and 1 mana cards, we'll try to stay away from. We're just going to pick up like the 2 and 3 mana cards if we can. I think it's just better for us in the long run. 140 gold to take 1 week, to take the Red Mask, which is applying 1 week to all enemies. That's the first step of every combat. Is that better than trying to go to a shop? Would it be better to save our money to be able to get to the shop and potentially buy a relic? We're not really going to be able to buy a good one, though. It is worth 140 gold. I don't think it's worthwhile. Let's see what we get. I don't want to lose any life if I can help it. We do get Trip. I can't take 0 mana cards. We have Snecko Eye. We have Snecko Eye. We have Snecko Eye. I have to keep reminding myself, 0 mana cards are just not good with Snecko Eye. Just not good. Not good at all. Yes, we clearly will be doing that this turn. We'll clearly be doing that this turn. We'll clearly be doing that this turn. And we'll clearly... Which means I should have gone for the Inflame. I didn't realize. I should have actually taken the time to do that, because we would have dealt more damage. Hopefully he's just dead next turn, so it doesn't actually matter, but... If he's not, then, yeah, clearly that was a misplay. 33. And 10. Perfect. We have Entrench. Does Entrench actually help us? We have 2 Flame Barriers to take advantage of. A True Grit, a Metallicize. That is about it. We also have the Power Through. Actually, the Power Through is really good with it. You know what? We'll take it. Man, Gremlin Horde would have been sweet, but that's okay. Gremlin Horde is much better earlier on. It's not actually that great towards the end of the game. Are any of these actually worthwhile, or do we just take, like, potions? I think we just take potions. None of these really, like, stand out to me as being fantastic cards by any means, but I think we take a power potion at the very least, and then do we, like, remove... Yeah, we remove the anger from our deck. Correct. That's what we do. Because that card is not going to do anything for us. Yes. Campfire would be great, so I can smith. What would we like to smith here? Demon Form's probably the best upgrade. I would say Flame Barrier, both Flame Barriers and Disarm are also really good too. I think Disarm is more helpful against the heart. Flame Barrier actually is really good too, though. But Disarm is just, like, super powerful against the heart. I think that's reasonable enough to be able to shut down his turn where he goes for the ×12 attack. Clearly a 0-mana Inflame. And we just play our attack cards. Do we want to put an Iron Wave back on top? I think we do. And we're all set. He's going to deal us 5 damage. Not a big deal. Spot Weakness clearly to start off with. Bludgeon clearly to start off with. Yes. And we definitely have just some good stuff going on here. Do we put up the Iron Wave to be able to prevent some of this damage here? We don't have any other ways to gain block this turn. This also does pretty close to the same thing as Iron Wave here. Disarm, that is. The only difference is this is going to deal 10 damage. And I think the damage is more relevant here. Okay. So... I mean, we could spend the turn just going for, like, Demon Form. Is that really worth it, though? I think it is. Carnage does deal quite a bit of damage, though, here. It's probably worth it to go for the Carnage, then. How much damage? 37? You just... We're not moving the game any way forward, I feel like, if we go for the Demon Form, because, like, we're prepping for the long game, and he's already at half health. That's tough, though. I think we do True Grit, though, to get rid of, like, the Inflame, since we're never really going to be able to cast that. Iron Wave is just better than that, and that would be the other card I was considering getting rid of, but the Iron Wave actually putting up the block is more reasonable for us here. Like, I don't think Demon Form's strength bonus is going to help us out more than the amount of damage that Carnage is going to deal over the course of, like, the next, like, 3 to 5 turns. We have Metallicize for 0 mana. We have a Flame Barrier for 0 mana. We have an Entrench that obviously I will use. Just trying to make sure that there's not really much else to do here. Yeah, like, that's really it. Which is fine. We're taking 0 damage. And he is taking an additional 4. So that's at least a good start. So yes, we're casting these 3 no matter what. We have a 0 mana Demon Form. You know what? Sure. You really want to get played, even though I think you're irrelevant here. Spot Weakness is probably the best. Oh, no, he's not attacking. Dur. Alright. This should just kill you, correct? Yes. Sword Boomerang to go with our strength. We have the Spot Weakness, and we have the Demon Form. We don't have any ways to be able to lose health. I don't think Pommel Strike is really worthwhile at this point either, so I think Sword Boomerang is actually reasonable, though. I'm not going to fight the elites if I can help it. Okay. Demon Form is probably worthwhile here. We definitely want to go for, like, a Metallicize, though. Can guarantee that. They're not attacking anyways, so... Do you want to get rid of anything? I feel like getting rid of, like, Disarm in this matchup is pretty good for us. And, doesn't matter. Does kill this. You know what? Sure. Killing one right now doesn't actually really do much for us, because that means that we're like almost like forced to kill the other two here, but I don't think it's going to happen. I think as long as we can get these guys weakened, though, this turn, I'll be very happy. We do have power through to be able to prevent some damage here. Not all the damage, though. This turn's very awkward. So, clearly we're going to be carnaging, right? Clearly we're going to be going through for the power through, which leaves us to be able to deal some extra damage to this guy. Yeah, that's about the end of it. I knew we weren't going to be able to kill them, so honestly attacking either one of these was reasonable, because obviously he was dealing more damage, but we just couldn't kill them, so. Spot weakness for free, which we have 10 energy. 10 strength. 10 strength. Sounds reasonable. This will deal 13. Yeah, I think we go for this. Awesome. I was going to say, it'll probably kill one of them. Perfected Strike is not going to do anything for us. I don't think +6 is really worth it here. Yeah, we're going to pass. Sorry. We ended up getting the Parasite. Alright, so we have Parasite and Clumsy. Letter Opener. Every time you play 3 skills in a single turn, you deal 5 damage to all enemies. That's pretty decent. Oh, this is one of my least favorite, just like normal enemies. Wish we had something to actually be able to set up this turn. We don't really have like any way to like spot weakness or demon form or anything. Oh, we can just prevent the damage and just go for like a flame barrier this turn. The problem is like I need to start applying pressure, and he is vulnerable this turn. So I do think it's necessary for us to be able to start dealing a little bit of damage here and there. Yeah, that was the biggest concern. Okay. That's more reasonable though for the flame barrier. We'll take a little bit of damage from this, but that's okay. And I'm saving the Reaper because I want to be able to generate some health if we need to later on. So we have 0 mana Metallicize. We don't have anything that gives us a strength bonus at this turn, so I think it's just better to go for the Sword Boomerang. Let's see where that takes us first, since that's the most... It shifted him all the way back to this. Okay. Good to know. 32. We don't really want to take 32. 10 is fine. I think we can leave him at 10. Like, we're going to take damage because I don't want him to put another curse into our deck, so we are going to take damage no matter what. I think we just have to, like, strike. Oh, boy. I don't know what just happened there. My whole screen just went black for a second, so I was like, oh, God, no, no, no. Oh, no, it's doing it again. What are you doing to me? What are you doing to me? Hello? Are you going to do it again? It did it twice. I'm a little frightened. Help. I need an adult. 15. Okay. That's at least, you know, something to work with here. Strike's probably the worst thing for us. Actually, probably defend is actually the worst thing for us here. That was really weird. Yeah. So he is vulnerable. So let's see how much damage we can deal him. Not very much, actually, surprisingly. I do not want to curse. I think I'd rather take damage. Attacking us for 22. This would deal 3 damage to not actually get through his block, which is enough to be able to just get some extra... Can we just kill him? This only deals 10, this only deals 3, so no, we can't. Ah, I just realized the heat came on, that's why. That's probably why. You probably guys are hearing that. Oh well. Just put up some extra block for this turn. We lucked out actually because he did transform. I thought it was only when he takes damage, when he takes red bar damage or whatever, but I guess not. So that's a little bit scary. Do we not have enough to kill you? We don't. So it's better for us to just go for the flame barrier this turn, and I guess we just get rid of the inflame. I think we just pass. Okay. Yeah. We should have lethal here, so let's go for it. All right. That wasn't too bad. That could have been way worse for us. Man, you're asking me to lose decent cards in my deck. Well, we can't really afford to lose Demon Form since that's the only way for us to like truly scale. Power Through is very reasonable. Though I feel like the Boomerang is the weakest card though out of all these that we don't necessarily need. It is unfortunate to lose a card there, but what can you do? Right. Yep. You were vulnerable this turn too. Got to keep that in mind. Which means we probably could have actually gone for that Inflame if that was the case. And then we could have just put up a Flame Barrier this turn. That wouldn't have made it so that way we take 0 damage though here. Well, the next series of plays is just that, so... Because we don't want to take any damage if we can help it. Disarm for 0. We can't really afford to go for the spot weakness because we need to be able to cast a Bludgeon this turn. Yeah. Alright. 2-mana Demon Form. Are you a little too late to the party, my friend? I think you are. We have no way to apply Vulnerable this turn, so we can just go for the strike. Let's start with that first. I don't think Inflame is worth it, because if we're going to go for any strength buff right now, it should be the Demon Form. Reaper will heal us for health. And we can go for Immolate and Headbutt to put... What do we want on top of our deck, actually? Bludgeon is actually probably the best opportunity there. Okay. Okay. And... Bludgeon is probably the best card. Yeah, it has to be. It's too bad I really want to cast that Demon Form, but I'm just trying to not take damage if we can help it here. Yep, we have a Bludgeon. We have a Carnage. From there, we have nothing. Okay, last turn. How do we do this? We have Bash. We have 2 extra mana too. Alright, so we didn't take any damage. Fantastic. Woo! Woo! We went up to full health too. That's good. Dual Wield is interesting with Snecko Eye because if it's a 0 casting card in our hand, it'll duplicate it at 0 cast. So I think we try that. I do not need to upgrade all cards and no longer heal. I think that is a trap. I think that the curse we don't need to because we're already at full health, so let's just fight Act 1 boss. Yeah, let's dual wield our Bash here. It's a lot of damage on turn 1. Also, he's vulnerable for the next 10 turns, basically. We can't kill you, correct? I don't think we can. Yeah, there's no way with this hand. I don't even know why I was even thinking about that. Flame Barrier Defend, Flame Barrier Carnage. Probably just Flame Barrier Carnage. How is he dealing 8 times 6? He never deals 8 times 6. That is unreal. I don't think I've ever seen him deal that much damage in one turn, but maybe that's just because we're in Act 3 right now, so maybe he gets a buff or something. That's a lot. It's a lot. We can prevent majority of the damage from the Iron Wave, so I do think we can go for the Disarm and the Iron Wave and set up the Demon Form for this turn. Not that I think it matters too much. Pretty sure he's just dead. We don't have lethal. 66. So what's that? 82? It's close. I think we just go for it. And we'll just put Bludgeon back on top so we can actually kill him. It's not like we're taking any damage this turn anyways, so I wish we could draw... Like, do I want to wait around a little bit longer to see if we can actually set up Reaper? Where is Reaper? Reaper's right there. I think we do actually want to set up Reaper if we can. He's at 6, so like... That would definitely kill you, so I think we just pass here. We get one more turn at Reaper, I believe. Nope, we actually get 2 turns. Oh, here we go. We have Inflame to deal some extra damage too. I don't think that matters. I think it's how much damage we actually deal him. Yeah, it is. The Fossilized Helix is actually really good. Prevent the first time you would lose HP, so that should be helpful. I don't think we really want to get rid of any of these potions. Is Fire Potion better than Explosive Potion? I think it actually is, though. We could pick up a Sword Boomerang we lost if we want it. Do we want it? Yeah, probably. We don't really have very many ways to take advantage of the strength, so I think that's reasonable. Man, and this would have been where the potion would have been useful, too. We do have dual-wield Immolate. We do have dual-wield Reaper. There is no Thorny Boys here, so yeah, actually... Hell yeah. There's no Thorny Boys, so we're good. We can regenerate all of our health. And then kill you all. Awesome. Thank you. That was very kind. We don't really need the drawing of cards. I feel like we're doing just fine. I'd rather be able to recast a card. Do we want a Shockwave? Shockwave actually is reasonable here. Be able to vulnerable and to weaken enemies. Both are fantastic, so I think we go for that. And do we upgrade that here? Man, there's so many decent choices. I think that is one of the better things for us to upgrade, other than like Demon Form or Flame Barriers. Those would be like the 3 choices. I think this being upgraded, though, is just more beneficial for us. It is tough because like Flame Barriers are probably more reasonable at that point. I don't know. It's a hard thing to decide there, but yes, I would like to Shockwave. I would like to, if I Inflame, then I have to go for Sword Boomerang. That's fine. That's not a big deal. Let's try to take out one of these guys here. Let's start with the Sword Boomerang and see where that leads us. It led us to being able to just kill you. How much damage is it going to deal? 46, so we can actually take out this one here. We're going to take 10. Okay, that's fine. A consideration to be able to use a potion here. I'm kind of trying to save them if I can. That was the Fossilized Helix that we used there, so let's see. So Bludgeon, Flame Barrier, and Trench is probably the best plays here. Yeah, I think it is. Just taking a sec to make sure that I'm doing this correctly. That we take no damage, take out the Cultist. We do have Disarm here, so I do like that. I think that is reasonable for this turn especially. We do have Bash, people steps more vulnerable on him. I do like that. Spot Weakness, though, might just be slightly better. We only have a Flame Barrier, though, to absorb damage. Are we willing to take 12 to set up a Spot Weakness? I think we are. It'll just help us out when he actually eventually transforms into his final form. Like, the more strength we have, the better. Obviously, we're going to have to go for the demon form here. Yeah, you're getting buffed up, but yeah, I'm not really that concerned at the second. Yep. I think we just go for the inflame and the power through to prevent all the damage being dealt to us this turn. Let's go. Well, we can True Grit to be able to get rid of this. Is that worth it? We have 44 damage from Heavy Blade right now. I think it's worth it to just go for, like, full-out aggression if we can help it. We can heal up to full? Yeah, heal up to full if we go for that here. That's probably worth it. Prevent some of the damage. We're only going to take 6. Okay. This is reasonable. Where is the spot weakness? I guess we don't need it because we actually have demon form now. Power through is going to help us so we can actually take way less damage this turn. 28 is what he's going to be dealing us. So we could power through an Iron Wave. Is that our best option? Unfortunately, we get rid of Carnage if we do that. We don't really have any other good 1-mana cards. We can just go for, like, Carnage this turn and Iron Wave so we can keep, you know, the stronger cards in our deck. We have no way to apply more vulnerability this turn to him. I think we want to keep this Carnage in our deck, so I think this is worth taking the extra damage for. It's a bit unfortunate, but, you know. So, we have a 1-mana Bludgeon, A. Yeah, I think we just... He's dead. So... I don't think this carries over, so... Yeah. Okay. Spot weakness for 1 mana. You're probably worth it, my friends. Let's put 3 into our hand. Actually, I'm not even sure that you're worth it. Dual wield, spot weak. No, it's a skill. We can't upgrade. We can't do that to a skill. Correct. We remembered. Don't worry. I got this. Just believe. There we go. It always throws me off, though, because I always think I can dual wield a skill. It's one of those things that just won't stay ingrained in my brain, so... this is going to be a painful turn. Well, I don't think we can go for the dual wield, so that's unfortunate. We can... Oh, we don't have any cards in our graveyard. I was going to say, we could try to go for a dual wield this turn. Actually, I think I see the play. Okay, so bear with me here. So we spot weakness him. We go for a bludgeon. We go for a liquid memories to put a bludgeon back into our hand. We dual wield this bludgeon. And then we kill him. Awesome. That worked out great at the cost of 1 potion. Fantastic. Oh my goodness. Oh. All right, let's journey on to the heart and see if we can get him. If we can get demon form down really quickly, I think we have a chance. All right, let us smith here. What are we smithing? I think we're smithing a flame barrier. Since I don't think the extra 1 damage from demon form is going to be super duper relevant. And just preventing more damage, I think, is just better for us. And to set up those turns when he does the ×12 turns and stuff like that. We can pick up a potion. I'm not opposed. Is there any particular potion we're looking for? Like, this is the only time that, like, speed potion is actually reasonable, but we don't really cast very many defensive cards in the single turn, so I don't think we can fully take advantage of that. This is like one of the weaker potions, though. Do we take a vulnerable or do we take a heal? Unfortunately, we don't want any of these cards. Like, I don't think it's worth it for us to take up another spot weakness. We just don't have enough ways to be able to take advantage of it. So, and I think we don't want to gum up our deck with too many of those. I could take a Shrug It Off, though, like, as just, like, another way to be able to block. But unfortunately, Snecko Eye and 1 and 0 mana cards never really work out that great. Healing 20. So we get, like, 21 HP back. Is 21 HP worth more than applying 3 vulnerable? I don't think it is. I don't know, we don't really have any like strong defensive things to do anyway, so I think we just take the blood potion here. Alright, hopefully we don't take too much damage in this fight. Well, we can start with an Inflame, we can start with a Disarm. Thankfully, we were able to get rid of the debuffs with the Bag of Marbles, so that was actually really good for us. We don't necessarily need to block this turn. It's probably just better to deal the most amount of damage we possibly can. And so I want to try to kill this one, but we can turn backwards to make sure we're not taking too much damage like that. Okay. Perfecto. This turn's awkward. This is very awkward. Okay. So, how much damage does Carnage deal? 31. It's not quite enough to be able to take out either of these. So, unfortunately, I think we're going to lose Carnage here. I mean, there's just, like, nothing really to do. That's the problem. Everything costs too much mana. I think we need help from a potion. I just don't know which potion to use. Alright, so let's take a look. We have 31, so 38 damage, which plus the fire potion would not kill that, unfortunately. So do we have to go for like a power potion this turn? Even with the plus to strength, we wouldn't be able to take one out. I think we go for a power potion here. We get corruption. Does corruption actually do anything for us, though? No, it just makes dual wield cast 0 mana. Doesn't actually do anything. It's not good. Like, what, do we get to go for barricade? Alright. Well, that wasn't helpful. That was the opposite of helpful. Oh, boy. What do we do? I don't really want to use the Reaper because the Reaper is what we're going to be using to be able to gain extra energy or extra life back. This is just an awkward turn. This is one of those bad turns for Snecko. Like, I'm thinking we just go for an Iron Wave, which only prevents 5 damage. Just because I don't think we can deal enough with, like, Carnage to make it worthwhile. Ugh. You know what? I should just take my beats here, I think. I wish I could attack you, but I don't think I can. This is the most awkward turn ever. I'm taking my time just because, like, I'm trying to play through all the options, and there's, like, none that are just, like, standing out as just good cards for us. Or good options. Carnage just keeps feeling like the best option. Even though it only deals 1 damage. If that's the case, then maybe we just go for, like, the Inflame and pass. Ugh. Alright. I'm doing it. We're going to take some major beats here, though. This is a much better turn. Thank you. Unfortunately, though, we had to suffer through that treacherous turn. I would like to set up demon form. We would like to attack this guy. He is dead. Perfect. Awesome. Okay. Clearly we're going to go for the bash. And we definitely want to put, like, Reaper, I think, on top of the deck. Oh, I can't even headbutt here. Okay, so we just pass. Yeah, it was better to get the vulnerability on him, so. So let's see, just make sure we can actually prevent this damage coming in, which we can. So, sure, this will deal a decent chunk. We can True Grit to get rid of this burn. From there, I think we just apply more vulnerable, I guess. I mean, like, there's not really much else for us to do here, so. Although we could just carry over block. Now that I think about it, I forgot we had Entrench. I could have maybe set it up. We did get Reaper. Okay. This would be the turn to use it. Unfortunately, Spot Weakness is not active this turn, so. Okay. 71 H Pizzle. Bean Dizzle. Okay. Headbutt, Fiendfire. We don't have any, like, ways to, like, draw cards, correct? Well, we have Snecko. So, actually, we already have a Headbutt, correct? I think I saw one in that deck while we were playing. Yes, we did. So, I think we go for the Fiendfire. Well, this is awkward. It's actually not a terrible turn, though. All right. Obviously, the Flame Barrier is not going to do anything. I should have went for the... We have our potions. We need to use them. Let's start using them. We can use that one right now. We can probably use the other one. Dual wield. Do we dual wield a bludgeon here? Deals a lot of damage. Yeah, I think we do. 1, 2, 3. I think we Fiendfire. And I might as well just use this potion. Alright, we dealt 201 damage that turn. It's a good start. It is a good start. We just want to apply as much pressure as possible, but the problem is we're just taking way too much damage in the meantime. So we're going to be casting a 3-mana card no matter what this turn. So I think we go for the defend to just prevent the damage that's going to be dealt to us from casting cards here. We did not find our demon form yet. I do think that Bludgeon is probably just the best option because he's not actually attacking us next turn. We found demon form. I should have actually waited for that. The only block we have we can put up is Power Through and Flame Barrier, and if we do that, we can't actually cast the Demon Form. We need the Demon Form to be able to win this game, so here we go. All right. One step closer. We also have the Fairy in a bottle, so we got to keep that in mind. Can we put up enough block this turn? Unfortunately, now he is... He has 2 artifacts on him, which means that Disarm is no longer going to do anything for us. This is only going to give us 9 block, which means we're still... That would be 31, which is exactly lethal to kill us here. So honestly, we should just go for the Reaper? Well, like, we should go for the Reaper regardless. Okay, so we don't actually have to die this turn. We will die on the following turn, though. Do I just like get this out of our deck? It's not actually doing anything for us. And do we actually have any ways to apply more, like we just have vulnerable, correct? That's it. 4 debuffs on him. Is this worth the 1 health to take a debuff off of him? I don't think it is. To get it out of our deck, maybe, though. That's the problem. Is if we draw it again, it's going to be just a dead card again. But we draw 7 cards per turn. I don't think it should matter as much. We get an extra energy for this turn. It's good to know. Flame Barrier. It's a good start. I don't think we're going to be casting this Defend. So I think we can True Grit it. And from here, we should Entrench first. Alright, we've dealt as much damage as we possibly can. We just barely survived that. If there was a turn to kill him, it would be right here. Which actually would be next turn. Nope, he is dead. We actually defeated the heart. Oh my god. Oh my god. I just want to take a look at the deck real quick. I just want to take a look. Snekoi actually did some work there. Yeah, we ended up getting the bludgeon, I feel like, was the biggest thing that actually helped us out, plus the demon form. Those are probably the MVPs. Actually, Shockwave did a lot of work, too. You saw how long he was weakened and vulnerable. I think we cast that early on, right? I'm pretty sure we did. That honestly took a lot of gusto off of his power and helped us be able to get through towards the end. Yeah, I do think it came down to like demon form and Shockwave, plus the bludgeon, and then a lucky dual wield to be able to copy those bludgeons. I think that inevitably is what won us this fight. So we ended up defeating the heart with the Ironclad. What episode is this? I don't even know. Probably like in the 30s. Oh. We can finally move on. You guys ready? I'm excited. So it shows us defeating the heart, escaping the tower, and we have victory. I love these flames too. The color scheme of them is great. I love them. Thank you. 1,106. We beyond elites killed. Beyond. I'm guessing that's because we didn't fight any elites on the 3rd floor. That's probably why. But I mean, I'll take the score. Like that's reasonable. We ended up getting Heartbreaker, so you know that's what matters. That is what matters. We got the W. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this episode. But before I get into that, I just want to show you the ending. This is just the credits, and then right after we have Neo. Now what? Has it been done? I gotta click, right. The spire sleeps. And so shall I. You're welcome, Neo. I don't know if you're good or bad, but you're welcome. Maybe we are not the hero. I don't know. Thank you guys so much for watching, though. Hopefully you really enjoyed this episode. It was a fun one. That deck actually surprisingly worked out. We got some clutch plays, and sure, we made some mistakes along the way too, but you know, we had the tools necessary to be able to defeat the heart that game, and it's been a long time coming, so I'm glad that we were able to do it. Now we were able to move on to the Silence. I keep calling her the Huntress, which I think she is a Huntress, but the Silence, which will be in the next episode, so I'm just going to give you a sneak peeky. The Silent is 70 health. It starts with Ring of Snake at the start of each combat. Draw 2 additional cards. So And all these start off with 99 gold. So yeah, she's mostly like a rogue class. So I'm very excited to be able to do that. Maybe we can find either a Shiv build to be able to work around, or be able to go with a strict poison route, which poison will deal incremental damage over the course of the game, depending on how much poison your opponent has. So it's a pretty fun. I feel like the rest of these characters are going to be a bit more fun to play than the Ironclad. Ironclad's very vanilla. It's very basic to like every other class you've ever played in just about any other game. It's very similar to like a warrior. And if you like playing warrior, then sure, you might actually like playing the Ironclad. But the other ones, I feel like take a little bit more skill, but also take... so it means there's going to be more room for mistakes. but they also... they're just more fun because they play just a way different style, and I actually like rogue styles more than I like warrior styles regardless, because I like dealing fast amounts of damage or just finding like synergies that are even like poison is actually kind of fun too, because there's cards like Catalyst which triples the poison if it's upgraded on an enemy, which if you can get a couple of stacks of poison, you can take out an enemy real quick. You can take out an enemy really, really quick. I also like the Shiv aspect of it too, because there are ways to be able to increase the damage of Shivs and be able to deal damage. Increase your damage with the number of Shivs you cast. Not the number, but the amount of damage you can deal with them and how much you can produce with them. And yeah, anyways, we'll get into it once we actually get into the next episode. So hopefully you guys enjoyed. Be sure to like and subscribe if you haven't already. This has been a ton of fun. I've been enjoying Slay the Spire, even though I realized we've been on a losing streak for a while. I'm so glad we got the W today, because that means I get to move on and be able to record more of the classes that I actually enjoy. I wouldn't say I dislike, the Ironclad. It's just like it's very vanilla. That's really it. Like, it's still fun to play and make decisions and be able to have combats and try to make sure that your thought patterns actually lead up to your wins. It's always fun to be able to do that in just about any class, but I like the way that the other three classes play out, so I'm very excited to be able to move on and be able to actually use those. So without further ado, be sure to like, subscribe, comment if you haven't subscribed already. It truly does help out the channel, and obviously if you want to be notified whenever I go and post these videos, which right now is Monday through Friday, I'm probably going to try to post them on Saturdays and Sundays occasionally, so look forward to finding more episodes coming up. And I can tell that I've definitely been getting better with my choices and my gameplay at the game. Obviously there's still going to be mistakes here and there, and it's just bound to happen. Like it's really hard to play a top-notch game gameplay if you are unfamiliar with the game, for one, but also it's just like it's human error. Like I have many human errors. So yeah, thank you guys so much. Be sure to have a great day. Do something that is positive for yourself to move yourself forward. Just one small thing a day just starts to lead you in a better direction in life. So do something to help yourself move forward. Thank you guys so much. Good luck and grind on.